Hey Team Pudding, this is Shaun and this is my intro video. Got my answers and the questions here, so I just figured I would go through them now. So what are your favorite songs from your teenage years that you still rock out to when nobody else is listening? This one was kind of tricky because I'm not really embarrassed by any of the music that I listen to, or I guess it's better to say that I've got no shame when it comes to music, so I don't really need no one else to be listening unless there are things that the kids can't hear, like Kiss Off by the Violent Femmes was the first one that came to mind. But just for the heck of it, I also put Plowed by Sponge, Hey Jealousy by the Gin Blossoms, and Ridiculous Thoughts by the Cranberries, because when those come on, kids aren't in the car, I'll turn them way up. What's the craziest thing on your bucket list? I would love to do a song and dance number with Dick Van Dyke. What's your best idea for a reality TV show? I think it would be super cool to follow the working lives of Disney cast members, like one performer, one character, a cultural ambassador from Epcot, kind of see what they do every day a little bit behind the scenes, so long as it stayed away from sort of like, I don't know, the cynical end of it. There are some cast members who have written books about all the decadent stuff. I don't really care about that. But I think it would be cool to see what they do, maybe through like following them through one season at work. If you could eliminate one food so that no one would eat it ever again, what would you pick to destroy? Green peas. If you had to eat one meal every day for the rest of your life, what would it be? Massaman curry with tofu, potatoes, and onion and rice. What is the best or worst vacation you ever took, and why? My cop-out answer is every Disney trip we've ever taken is the best trip I've ever taken. But if I have to be specific, Kara and I's honeymoon is probably the best vacation I've ever taken. It started at a bed and breakfast in Santa Fe, and then it was a road trip through the desert down part of Route 66 as we went to California. We stopped at kitschy little roadside attractions in Arizona, spent a night in a fake riverboat in Nevada, and then the end was Disneyland. So that's probably the best. And it was Disneyland's 50th anniversary, so it was an amazing trip. Who would play you in a film? A young Don Knotts. If you could choose your age forever, what age would you choose and why? If I could choose my age forever, I would choose the Ice Age. I don't know why, I just think it would be pretty cool. Interpretive dance of the life cycle of a worm. Okay, are you spring, summer, fall, or winter? I think I'm fall. Fall is Halloween, it's silly, spooky stories. Around here, it's also when the carnivals and the fairs come. It's when the weather's finally getting cool. There's lots of colors. There's a lot of anticipation because you're getting in towards the other holidays. And I think if you mix all of that up into a blender, you get something kind of close to me. What is your favorite way to waste time at work without getting caught? Google. If you pulled up my Google history at work, it's super bizarre. It's looking up things like the history of vaudeville theaters, the story of old video games like Atari 2600 games, the history of the Disney afternoon cartoons. So Googling at work when I have nothing else to do, or even when I have better things to do. You've just shoved someone in the trunk of your car. Who is it? Grimace, obviously. Describe yourself in terms of 3 to 5 pizza toppings. I'm a pineapple pizza with a light dusting of red pepper flakes and extra cheese. You can have any one fictional character as your imaginary friend. Who do you choose and why? Winnie the Pooh. He's literally the best bear in the world, and we could explore the 100-acre wood together. And if you could bring back any fashion trend, what would it be? I love things like the old newsboy hats and pocket watches and bow ties and really any of sort of the dapper look of the 20s. So I would absolutely bring that back when people got dressed up to go to movies and all of that. So that's what I would bring back. I think that is everything on this list. So that is my introduction. Actually, I realized I had one more that I forgot to answer because it was on the second page of where I'd written the questions down. Is there a smell that brings back a specific memory? What is the memory? It's not one specific memory per se, but the smell of cloves reminds me of hanging out with my friends, my angry, disaffected friends, in high school, walking around places like Deep Ellum or hanging out in the park or at diners in the middle of the night. So that is the last one officially now.